Welcome back to the Glocal Collective, everyone, the podcast where we explore the stories, passion, and journeys of people doing things their own way. I'm Komal Badar, your host for today, and my guest is someone who lives in the intersection of movement and media. He's a certified personal trainer, an obstacle course racer, a road runner, a photographer, a videographer, a podcaster, digital marketer, and all of those things. And still, he finds some time to just be himself and run 5K, which we were talking of the record this morning. He tried to do it, but let's hear what happened. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Sheikh Fahad. Fahad, great to have you on the show, man. How are you? And
Good. Thank you so
about
much
your
for
morning.
having me on the show, Komal. First of all, this is brilliant. I love this setup. So wishing you success, wishing you loads of new guests and new episodes and loads of success. Well done. This
Thank
is
you.
really
Thank you. It
nice.
really means a lot. Genuinely.
This morning was chaotic, to be honest, to say the least. I mean, imagine going to a start line and then tell you can't run today because this is not your start line. Your start line is somewhere else. And then I was so pumped up because I told all my friends yesterday. I was just like, I'm gonna race in the morning. This is what I'm gonna do, and then I end up not racing actually, but
Oh,
I ended up running. So it's okay. It's a good learning. Read your emails, guys. It's very
yeah.
important. They have it
Reserve
on
it.
it.
But the things that happens, unfortunately, are sometimes the best things. Something that you don't plan. So I'm pretty sure. See, now you have a story to tell. You have something to remember the Saturday by, and
Hey, I put an opinion on Instagram. Like I had asked a question to all the runners. I was like, "What do you guys think?" And everyone said the same thing. Like on a bigger field capacity, it is understandable. But anyways, it's okay. It's done and dusted. No
part
one's
of
mad
life.
or mad.
I mean, look at you. You're doing a lot of things. Like you've built this multi hyphenate identity of yourself, doing so many things at one time, and even running your own podcast too. So, was there a single moment or a turning point that made you think, like, I'm going to document this life and put it into the world? You've been doing so much. So, tell me a little bit more about it. How did the idea come, and what's the purpose behind it?
To be honest, these are things I enjoy doing. So it doesn't feel like I'm doing extra, like next week onwards, I'm back to the studio. So we will start recording the podcasts again. Uh,
Woohoo!
so next week, we've got the studio locked in, we've got the guest locked in. So that is all said and done. In terms of what I do, I actually enjoy doing content a lot, like especially taking photos. When I'm traveling, I love capturing photography. I mean, I love doing photography only for the purpose that that's the memory I'm going to walk away with, that I can actually revisit every single time I want to. So those are elements that I enjoy doing. So it doesn't feel like a lot. In terms of if I ever felt like I need to publish, I'm just like, look, this is a digital world.
Yeah.
If anywhere I'm going to leave my footprints, it's going to be on these platforms. So might as well just put it out there. Everyone does now. So, it's just the difference of quality and stuff like that. But as long as you're expressing yourself authentically, I think that's the most important part.
You know what, that authenticate, that's what you said very beautifully, actually. Because I am following you and I watch your content, of course, and you have everything mixed, a blend of this, a blend of that. You don't make your content sound boring. Like the other day, I was watching some reels that you started to do that, runners in different poses and stuff. What's that series called? And I was like laughing. I was like, I didn't know, these things can happen because I'm not from the sports industry. So it's really nice to see, when people put up something different and makes you engage with their content really well. So well done on you. Where did that idea come from? It was so crazy.
So those series of funny videos, I was thinking over time. I was just like, oh, my content needs to connect to people who don't run actually, because I have a lot of friends who've now started embracing this change. They've
Yeah.
started running, they've done their 10Ks,
Wow,
they've
well
done their
done.
5Ks. So they're all into like new running shoes, new running apparel.
Mhm.
So I really find it very fulfilling because it's good to see them embrace this healthy lifestyle. So I was just like, okay, now I need to connect to people who don't usually run, who would love to join this. What is the way I can make them feel comfortable or make them crack? Because see everyone's on their phones, they're watching
Yeah.
something, and it's the silly brain rot content that
Yeah.
actually a lot of us enjoy. Let's
Yeah.
be honest, we all
These days,
enjoy it.
it's all about the silly content, like something relatable and make people laugh because we're done with seeing a lot of serious content and people talking and
Exactly.
also.
If the funny part is the content that I spend the least amount of time is the one that gets the most traction, the most appreciation. People actually enjoy this bit
I
of
agree
content
with
piece.
you.
So I'm just like, you know what? Let's go with the flow. Let's create more. Let's
Yeah.
give what the audience enjoys and what even I enjoy making. When I'm editing, I'm just like, oops, seriously, okay, fine, let's post it.
I mean, running is very central to your brand. Is this how you have been doing it since you were a kid? Has it always been like sports been your passion? Or is this something, you developed?
So I've been playing. Let's say I've been doing sports in school. So I used to. So we used to have this Goan community here,
Hmm.
where I used to have cricket matches, and I used to be the youngest player in the tournament. So I've got like awards for being the youngest kid. Like I was
Oh.
what 16, 17, and everyone's older to me. So that was there. I used to play volleyball in school, university, cricket team, volleyball team, and then on the foundation was laid. And then from my first job onwards at Fitness Foot, it was very pivotal. I changed directions from team sports to solo, which was running, and then on it just stuck. Obstacle course racing, running, leading community events, and then on it just became like a very essential part of me. And then here we are.
And then you started enjoying it and it became your passion. And then now we can see it like how you're doing things. It's incredible. Which one was your favorite one? Do you remember the first time you ran a race, like maybe 5K, 10K? How was it? What was your feeling, emotions at that time?
Can you imagine my first race ever was a 21K, was a half marathon? Yeah. And I've actually written a blog about it. It's called The Accidental Runner.
Okay.
Uh, I'll tell you a quick story. It was my third day at work. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm what, 24, 20, no, not 24, 23. I'm this young kid and was very energetic. And I was on my desk, and one of the colleagues asked me, "Hey, do you want to run this race? It's in 3 weeks' time." I'm just like, "Yeah, sure, sure." And he's just like, "Okay, I'll put your name up. I've got this ticket. You can go run." I said, "Sure." And I signed up. And I'm really pumped up. So I'm telling all my friends, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go run and this and that." And suddenly he comes to me at lunch and he's like, "You do realize it's a half marathon?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, how much is a half marathon?" He was like, "It's 21 kilometers." And I was just like, "Oh." And he's like, "Have you ran that much before?" I was just like, "No, just done 2 or 5 kilometers max." And then he's just like, "Okay, then you'll have to prepare yourself because it's a long run." And I was just like, "Okay." So I took 3 weeks time. I trained like
Wow.
every weekend. I started preparing. And then once I finished it, it was kind of like a bug. And from then on, it just
You
went.
just started to enjoy it and you feel it that it's my rhythm, it's me. You found
Exactly.
yourself basically.
It was very calming. I found it very calming, like very
Hmm.
satisfying at the end. And I really wanted to be like, okay, like, you know what, let's just stick to. And this is a sport that I have stuck to most after volleyball from school.
Mhm.
Uh, so I think
So
it's
you played
been what.
volleyball as well.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I play volleyball in school. I still do. I used to every
Okay.
Wednesday with my friends, school friends that too. So we are still the same team members. We play
Oh,
every
that's
Wednesday.
really nice.
And so Wednesday is fixed for that, and then running is a
It's
core
there.
element. So
It's
yeah,
really interesting that you mentioned that you're still, connected with your school friends and the people who are there to support you with this passion. Usually, when you start a new hobby, not everybody you get, they're very positive about it,
that's
and
right.
it's really important to have these people, in your circle to keep you going with what you're doing and your mission and stuff. So, how did podcasting came into it? Tell us more about what the fuck. What
Uh,
the fuck?
so this was during COVID. I used to have a podcast right before COVID. It was called Khichdi Talks. So it
Khichdi.
was me and
Okay.
Khichdi Talks, yeah. So it was me and two of my other colleagues. We were just like, let's do some. podcast stuff, and he was like, "What do we call it?" It's just like, so it's gonna be filled with just like rubbish conversations,
Yeah.
meaningless. There's
You
no
should enjoy
direction,
that. Believe me, my sister is a fan of those conversations.
and it was called Khichdi Talks, and then it went on for like, let's say, 5 6 episodes. We covered different topics and stuff, and then COVID happened, and we were like, okay, so this is not gonna happen. So I was just like, you know what, I still have the mic and I still have the drive to do it. Let me start something on my own, because we are anyways indoors. We're not going anywhere. Everyone's trying the dalgona coffee, the
Oh,
banana
yeah.
cake. I was just
And with
like, you know what,
friends.
I know, right? And then I was just like, you know what, let me start my own podcast. And what the Fahad is actually supposed to be WTF, like what the, you
Yeah.
know? And then I
But
was just like, let's replace it with
make
Fahad and
believe
make it halal.
put your name into it, it's really
Yeah.
cute.
So I was just like, what the Fahad, you know? So and then it's just stuck. And now when I go out for runs at Kite Beach, I have my friends running. They're like, hey, what the Fahad? And then it became a thing now. So it is, WTF is actually what the Fahad.
The clean version.
Exactly,
Amazing.
the halal version.
And what are we expecting? You mentioned that you're going to be shooting for a new season now, I
Yep,
believe
yep.
so. So, what should we expect in that podcast?
So this one, WTF, this season is gonna be completely focused. It's a niche driven now, like it's completely sports and fitness. So we're gonna share a lot of stories about individuals in
Hmm.
Dubai, who are normal people, who are not elite athletes. I mean, elite athletes are definitely welcome as well. I would love to have some elite athletes, but we've got athletes who are normal human beings with everyday life. You know,
Yeah.
mothers, businessmen, entrepreneurs, retail leaders, business leaders,
Hmm.
in the sporting industry, who would come and share their stories. So the whole
Beautiful.
platform is to make sure that these stories don't get hidden, or these stories don't go untold. It's to be put out there, because what people do is extraordinary. Let's
Yeah.
admit it. It is not a normal feat to do
Everybody is
what they
extraordinary in their own way, and everybody has a beautiful story to tell. You don't
do.
really need to be, very famous or very well known, because some of the stories are, hidden gems. The
Exactly.
more you speak
And
to people, the more you get to know them.
true, and I would want to use the platform to, highlight these efforts more than
Yeah.
anything else. Let the outcome be anything. You've tried something and you've not succeeded. It's still the effort that went in to show up at the start
Yeah,
line and be like, you know what, hey, that is a win.
yeah,
That takes
that's
a lot
true.
of courage. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of sacrifice, and I hope it inspires at least a couple of people to, make a shift in the mindset. Then that's a win for me. I mean, the
Sure.
digital algorithm is secondary. If lives are changed, then that's a primary goal.
Absolutely. I mean, this should be the goal, to inspire people, to motivate them to do something good. And if
Yes,
your story or someone else on your show, the guest story moves anyone for better, it's
true.
actually a win. It's a win-win situation for everyone. You
It is.
have you have been doing so much when it comes to, obviously you're a very disciplined person because you're into sports and everything, but you've also won mental award last year.
Yes.
Tell us more about that. Like, what made you to enter that competition, and what was your thoughts when you won in the only sports category over there?
So I've been following this program for quite some time, and when I was drafting my episodes, the idea was to make sure that we cover all aspects of sports. It's whether
Mhm.
it's retail, whether it's business, whether it's performance, whether it's mental toughness, because a lot
Yeah.
of endurance athletes go through a phase where they have to challenge themselves mentally, and this always gets hidden behind success of sports stars or people who succeed in sport. This element of mental battles, mental conversations, mental endurance is something that needs to be highlighted. So I was just like, you know what, this is a platform that is giving them the opportunity. Might as well, highlight these elements. So I had a lot of endurance athletes come and they spoke about different mental toughness, different phases relating to mental health and
Mhm.
well-being. And I was following mental health for quite some time, so I was just like, this is a good platform for me to put the podcast out there in public, and that's about it. And I was just like, let's give it a shot, and if we win, well and good. If not, we're still out there
Oh,
trying better to
exactly.
come.
You created the awareness and you're speaking about such an important topic and you're highlighting it as well. And you're trying to tell people that, hey, health and mental health can be both combined and it can do some great things to achieve that peace that you're looking for, which is great. How do you think that Dubai has shaped you into doing all of this, you getting onto your adventures that you are right now? Because you're doing so much photography, fitness content, and all of those things. So, what do you think that how has Dubai shaped your creative eye, or you felt like, is it just the surface that you have just scratched it?
See, Dubai as a city is a beautiful place because you see so many different cultures. Let's be honest, you will not find this. I mean, you will find this in multicultural cities and stuff. But what Dubai has is that everyone embraces each other really well. Their cultures, I mean, like for us, I mean, I'm from India, but I love to eat food from different nations because it allows me to understand their culture more. Like I love to eat
Where do you
Pakistan.
love to eat all of those food? Global Village.
Oh yeah, of course you can go to Global Village, but then when you go to these hidden gems,
Oh yeah,
you find the real food. I love to eat Asian food. So these things you see not just in culinary, you see it in personalities as well. You go out there, you see so many different nationalities. That's what makes Dubai so beautiful. And I think it's the best way to culminate my interest as well. So many different elements and stuff. And Dubai always inspires. That's what I always say.
yeah.
If you will never be in awe or in shortage of inspiration in Dubai. That's
That's
one
true.
thing.
I 100% agree with you.
Like if you sit in a room of people and everyone has such incredible stories to share, and you would be like, wow, it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, even if it's a story of struggle,
Hmm.
you then listen to it, you're just so like driven by it, like somebody's trying to better themselves. That itself is such a win,
Yeah.
right? Like
And I
he's
love
trying.
that when people support each other, like when you're trying to do something, like you said, inspiration is everywhere in every nook and corner over. You just need to have the right eye to find it.
Absolutely. You just need to also listen to it, when people would share their stories.
Hmm.
So it's a nice feeling, and Dubai as a city, it's home. I mean, if you are born and brought up in Dubai, I mean, there's no better place to be. So
Hmm.
yeah, so no better way to put it.
And last I would say few months, we've been dealing with a lot of uncertainty around us, right?
True.
How did you cope up with that? Mm.
In terms of new challenges, did I do anything new? No, actually, my whole point was to make sure that the family is safe and we are sane. Like
Mhm.
not looking at sources that could affect you
Yeah,
in any of.
mentally, emotionally, and so much, and speak to people who are continuously speaking negative about situations.
Correct. You don't need that. You just need to make sure your mental health is good. So,
Yeah,
of course, the gyms were always open. So, that was a very big plus.
yeah,
The runs were indoors initially. So, that was a bit. So, nothing changed, to be honest. It's just that whatever we did outdoors went inside the gyms. So, and that really helped. That really helped stay
that's good.
focused to the goals, and it really kept the, mental health in check.
Mm-hmm.
There were goals that we were still achieving. So nothing changed basically.
Yeah.
We were still behind our drive and doing things for ourselves. So yeah, we did slow down a bit, but then now we're picking up again. So that's a big
Yeah,
positive
I
I
can
see.
see the beaches are full. Every day there is some activities happening,
Oh,
outdoor
absolutely.
activities are opening. So I think it's great that when people are coming together, even during the hard times, the communities always came together, try to support each other in one way or the other. But
True,
right now, what we're seeing is also incredible that how people feel more closer to each other than
true,
before. Their bonds are much more stronger because we all understand each other's pain, and we somehow are all on the same page, and the
true.
movement is great.
Of course. I mean, see, that's how Dubai has always been. Everyone's been so accepting of each other. That's the biggest plus point of the city is that everyone is so open to embracing new cultures, new ideas, new traditions.
Yeah,
There are certain traditions certain countries follow, and then you see that it's so beautiful to see. In a different place. So these elements is what makes the community stronger. It
absolutely.
drives the communities forward as well. So we should always appreciate what we have, and it's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
exactly. So, Fahad, I want to ask you something. Like, you are always on the move, right? There is always movement happening in one way or the
Oh, absolutely.
other. When do you switch off? As in, like, when you find yourself in a very quiet space and you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm
I wouldn't say I would say at least 1 weekend in a month.
okay.
I don't do anything. Like I'm just like, okay, today no to-do list, no runs, no gym, no socializing. Just stay home, have food, just switch off. It's fine. It is important.
Yeah, it
It
is
is
really
very important. Like I've
mental
I've
health.
I've seen the burnout phase. I've seen the phase where you're mentally exhausted, where you don't want to do anything, where you've tried hard enough and it's not succeeding, and then you're just like give up. So in order to avoid that phase,
Hmm.
it's good to switch off,
You take
and
a
it's
step,
important to switch
you take a step back and just relax.
off. Yes, it's okay. I mean, I strongly believe that it's very important for you to some days not do anything.
Hmm.
It's okay. You do not have to win every day. Some days you will lose, and that is life. But when you know you are reaching to that point where okay, it's gonna get a bit difficult, step back. It's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. Just relax.
And is Fahad happy with what he has achieved?
Oh, alhamdulillah. Like no complaints.
No complaint.
Like it couldn't have been better the way it is. Touch wood, we are here, we're healthy, we're in good health, we are achieving what we are, and don't get carried away what you see on Instagram.
Yeah, the
uh,
real life is different from the real life, guys.
Exactly. Real and real are two different elements. So make sure you follow your own journey. That's what I always tell people: be authentic, and make sure you have your own direction.
Yeah,
Uh, there's always God's time, so trust that timing.
but don't stop trying.
Oh yeah, of course. No,
Don't
no,
stop
that goes
trying
without
because you're
saying.
gonna find your path in one way or the other. Don't
True,
stop trying. Without efforts, there's no results. There's nothing.
true, true, true.
There's
Absolutely,
absolutely nothing. What's next?
absolutely.
What's next for Fahad?
This
What's
year,
next
actually,
in your
I actually
adventures? I want to know. Anything
in terms of
addition?
adventures. There is no adventures planned this year. Actually, this year was more of a quieter year. It's gonna be like that. There's nothing gonna be like no major marathons, no nothing. Just a nice, easy year. Make sure that I am still achieving the running goals. Just making sure the body and the mind are sane. That is the priority this year.
Hmm.
Don't rush into things. Take it easy. In terms of adventures, it's just going to be continuation of restarting the podcast again. So I'm actually
Inshallah,
looking forward to
inshallah, you
that.
will, and it will be a big hit.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
inshallah, inshallah. So that would be the plan. Next week is start that, and make sure the content is out and about, and something that I would really want to try and enjoy every single time I do it.
Perfect. And you have also run marathons in different countries, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite? Or the challenging
Uh,
one? You choose. You want to tell us your favorite or the most challenging one?
let's. I would. I'll answer both. So the most number one in terms of city was always Tokyo, because it was the first major and it was a city that I've always wanted to visit. It was on top of the list. That was the first one checked. In terms of racing that I most enjoyed was New York.
Hmm.
The crowd, the vibe is something else.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. Like
It's like
it
it's
is
a whole
unrestricted.
different vibe over there. Been to both places, and I can say that Tokyo is a bit calmer than New York. New York is more hyping, hyping you up to do.
Yes. Tokyo is so sophisticated,
Yeah,
even in the way they cheer people. It's always like this, and yeah. But New York is just like, yeah. it's
Yeah,
in your
let's
face.
do it, man. Let's do it.
It's in your face. And the most challenging one was actually Chicago, and the reason behind it was a burnout. Like
Mm,
I was, so I've been doing back to back marathons. So each marathon's training block is at least 3 months.
mm.
And when you're mentally not prepared, no matter how many hours you put behind the scenes on the day, if you're not
If you're not there,
if you're
it's zone
healthy
out.
in your head, it's gonna reflect on your
Yeah.
body, and that's what happened. And I was just like done. And I pick up my phone from my pocket and I just put it on the group, guys. I'm struggling.
Oh,
Like I would usually just mask it with humor. I'll be like, hey, oh, just walk in. That was the first time in a long time I just put out there, guys, I'm struggling. And then my friends started like you get a tracker when you run the
yes.
marathon, so you keep a track on who's where. So I started getting messages, and people and my friends and everyone, they were awake because it was the US time and Dubai timing. So
Yeah.
it was still early in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. So everyone was awake, everyone was tracking. So they were giving me a countdown of these many kilometers, and they were sending me
So sweet.
screenshots of kilometers left. They were like, "No, this is what you got to do. So walk now. Okay, this is where you're gonna run until, so you can start walking. Hold on, send me a picture." So it kept me motivated throughout.
Yeah. It's really
So
nice
that was
to have those people around you, like we said, it
very
just
important.
keeps you going.
It's very important to hang out with winners.
Hmm.
So, because they will
Strong-minded
motivate
people.
you in the right way.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. And it was a dark phase while running because you were just like done.
Yeah.
And I was done. I was so close to being like, you know what, I want to go home. But then these messages, this encouragement really got me through it. So that was a very, very, very nice.
And look where you are right now. So well done on continuing your journey and going forward. And we wish you all the very best for your future upcoming adventures that you have. And inshallah, you will be running more marathons. So
Inshallah.
all the best for it. And Fahad, thank you so much. This has been such a real one. You're a proof that you don't have a pick a lane, but you can run in all of them, literally, because
Yes.
there are just so many of you over there and there.
Oh yes, absolutely. It was a very nice episode, a lovely conversation. Thank you for having me. Like I said in the beginning, I wish you nothing but success and more episodes to you. And
Thank you
good
so
luck.
much. Thank you. Thank you for bringing your energy to the Glocal Collective. And for
Welcome.
everyone who's listening, go find Sheikh Fahad on Instagram. His Instagram is just right up there, Sheikh_Fahad. And check out his podcast, What the Fahad. And keep moving. That's the wrap for today's episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.